Students, this is the long question answers of your class. First chapter, History, French Revolution. If you have not written the question answers right now, very carefully. Next question is, I had already told you, write the causes and consequences of French Revolution. Next question, describe the legacy of the French Revolution for the pupils of the world during the 19th and 20th century. Today's first question is, write in your rough copy, then transfer into fair copy. Again, I am going to tell you, describe the legacy of the French Revolution for the pupils of the world during the 19th and 20th centuries. Answer: the French Revolution proved to be the most important event in the history of the world. First point, the ideas of liberty and democratic rights were the most important legacy of the French Revolution. These ideas became an inspiring force for the political movement in the world in the 19th and 20th centuries. Again, I am going to tell you, point number 1, the ideas of liberty and democratic rights were the most important legacy of the French Revolution. These ideas became an inspiring force for the political movements in the world in the 19th and 20th centuries. Point number 2, the French revolutionary ideas of liberty, equality and fraternity spread from France to the rest of Europe, where feudal systems were finally abolished. Point number 3, colonized pupils reworked reworked the idea of freedom from bondage into their movements to create a sovereign nation state. Point number 4, the idea of nationalism that emerged after the French Revolution started mass movements all over the world. Now people began to question the absolute power. Next point, the impact means effect of the French Revolution could be seen on India too. Tipu Sultan and Raja Rammohn Roy got deeply influenced by the ideas of the revolution. Okay, there are 5 points. If you have not written, if you have not seen the video, today I have told you, write the question and answer. Next question. Would you agree with the view that the message of universal rights was beset with contradictions? Explain. Again, I am going to tell you questions. Would you agree with the view that the message of universal rights was beset with contradictions? Explain. Answer. 1. The message of universal rights were definitely beset with contradictions. Many ideas in the Declaration of Rights of Man and Citizen were not at all clear. They had dubious meanings. Point number 2, the French Revolution could not bring economic equality, and it is a fact that unless there is economic equality, real equality cannot be received at any sphere. SPHERE. The Declaration of Rights of Man and Citizen laid stress on equality, but a large section of the society was denied to it. The right to vote and elect their representatives did not solve the poor man's problem. Point number 3. Women were still regarded as passive citizens. They did not have any political rights such as right to vote and hold political offices like men. Hence, their struggle for equal political rights continued. Point number 4. France continued to hold and expand colonies. Thus, its image as a liberator could not last for a long time. Now, next question. If you want to write point number 5, you can write it or not. 4 points is enough for this answer. But if you want to write point number 5. Slavery existed in France till the first half of the 19th century. Next question. How would you explain the rise of Napoleon? This is the question. How, again I am going to tell you, how would you explain the rise of Napoleon? Point number 1, the political instability of the Directory paved the way for the rise of Napoleon Bonaparte. Napoleon had achieved glorious victories in wars. This made France realize that only a military dictator like Napoleon would restore a stable government. Now, just I am going to explain point number 1. I know that you know the answer. I had already explained in the class. Just listen my explanation. Napoleon won 3 wars: 1805, 1806 and 1807. How many times Napoleon won 3 wars? 1805, 1806 and 1807. Point number 2. In 1804, he crowned himself as the Emperor of France. I had already explained in the class that Napoleon became the Emperor of France in 1804. Okay. He set out to conquer neighboring European countries, dispossessing dynastics and creating kingdoms where he placed members of his family. Napoleon viewed himself as a modernizer of Europe. He introduced many laws such as the protection of private property and a uniform system of weight and measures provided by the decimal system. But his rise did not last for a long time. He was finally defeated at Waterloo in 1815. It is known as Battle of Waterloo in the history of France and the history of world. Battle of Waterloo was held in 1815. Napoleon lost in the Battle of Waterloo. Napoleon, I had already explained in the class that Napoleon won 3 battles, 1805, 1806 and 1807. And Napoleon lost in the Battle of Waterloo in 1815. Okay, now next question. If you have not written, write the question answers. Next question today. If you have written, don't write. Just check your answer. If you have not written, then write it answer. Okay. Describe the contribution of French philosophers in the French Revolution. Describe, again I am going to tell you, describe the contribution of French philosophers in the French Revolution. Now, Montesquieu, Montesquieu. If you want to write by yourself, you can write. I know that Montesquieu was a great philosopher of France. I had already told in the class. Now write Montesquieu, Montesquieu. Montesquieu was a famous philosopher of his time. He wrote the famous book, inverted commas start, The Spirit of Laws, which awakened the French society and created the atmosphere for revolution. His idea gave impetus to the revolutionary sentiments. Voltaire, Voltaire, he attacked the vices. Again I am telling you, Voltaire, he attacked the vices prevailing in society and especially the church. He told blind faith should be stopped. He instigated the people to demand reform. He told, inverted comma start, since we are all steeped in errors and follies, we must forgive each other. Next, Rousseau, Rousseau. He wrote Social Contract to give his idea for the common people. Again I am going to tell you, Rousseau, he wrote Social Contract to give his idea for the common people. He told, inverted comma start, man is born free, but is everywhere in chains. His speech and idea influenced the common people. Now stop writing. Now if anybody asks you that name the 3 philosophers of France, can you tell me? I think you can tell me that first Rousseau, Montesquieu and Voltaire. If you want to write Voltaire, Montesquieu and Rousseau, it is also the right answer. Now, extra question. Write it, extra question. Extra question. It is not in the book. I am giving you from myself. Okay. Write long question answer but it is topic is extra question. Next question: why did Louis XVI call together an assembly of the Estates General on 5th May 1789? What was its outcome? Outcome means result. Number 1 answer: on 5th May 1789, Louis XVI called together an assembly of the Estates General to pass proposal for new taxes. The Estates General was a political body to which the three estates sent their representatives. Point number 2. The first and second estates sent 300 representatives each, who were seated in rows facing each other on two sides, while the 600 members of the third estate had to stand at the back. Now stop writing for a while. Do you know what is the meaning of third estate? The masses or the common people are known as third estate. Now start writing. Point number 3. The third estate was represented by its more prosperous and educated members. Peasants, artisans, and women were denied entry to the assembly. Point number 4. Louis XVI wanted voting to be conducted on the old principle, each estate having one vote. But the members of the third estate demanded that voting now be conducted by the assembly as a whole, where each member would have one vote. Next point. The king rejected their demand, as a result of which they walked out of the assembly in protest. Next point. 6. The members of the third estate declared themselves a national assembly and began to draft a constitution for France which would limit the powers of the monarch. I have told you 6 points, it is enough for you. Next question. France abolished. It is extra question for you. It is not written in the book. Very important question for the topic. That's why I am telling you. France abolished monarchy and became a republic finally. How did it all happen? Describe in brief. I had already told you that consequences of French Revolution. After the French Revolution, France abolished monarchy and became a republic country. Now, point number 1, answer point number 1. Although Louis XVI signed the Constitution of 1791, he entered into secret negotiations with the King of Prussia, full stop. Rulers of other neighboring countries too were worried by the development in France and made plans to send troops to suppress the events that had been taking place since the summer of 1789. Point number 2, but before this could happen, the National Assembly declared war against Prussia and Austria in 1792. thousands of volunteers came from the provinces to join the army. They saw this as a war of the people against the king and aristocrats all over Europe. Point number 3. The revolutionary war brought losses and economic difficulties to the people. Despite that, large sections of the population were convinced that the revolution had to be carried further, as the Constitution of 1791 gave political rights only to the richer section of the society. Next point, 4th. As a result, political clubs emerged. The most successful of these clubs was that of the Jacobin. I had already explained in the class that what do you mean by Jacobin, who belonged to the less prosperous section of society. Their leader was Maximilien Robespierre. So if I ask you who was the leader of Jacobin Club, you can tell easily Maximilien Robespierre was the leader of Jacobin Club. The members who had don't right now, just I explain, the members who had no political rights, who were very poor people in France, they became the member of Jacobin clubs. And the leader of Jacobin club was Maximilien Robespierre. Point number 5. In the summer of 1792, the Jacobins planned an insurrection, INSURRECTION, insurrection. Again I am going to tell you, INSURRECTION, of a large number of Persians who were angry due to buy the short supplies and high prices of food. Next point, point number 6. On August 10, they stormed the palace of the Tuileries, TUILERIS, killed the king's guards and held the king himself as a hostage for several hours. Later, the assembly voted to imprison the royal family. Next point, 7. Elections were held. The newly elected assembly, called the Convention, abolished the monarchy, MONARCHY, and declared France a republic on 21st September 1792. Next, last point, 8. Louis XVI was executed, EXECUTED, executed publicly, PUBLICLY, at Place de la Concorde. The Queen Marie Antoinette met with the same fate shortly after it. You should learn 6 points. I have told you 8 points, but you should learn 6 points. If you want to write 6 points, it is enough for you. Just learn 6 points from this, answer of the question. Okay, thank you very much. ट्वेंटी 25 मिनट्स ये वीडियो सही है कि ना देख लो भैया।